Alright, sorry for that. So, hello, welcome to today's launch webcast. Today we'll be launching a long delayed launch. I'm Nick TSL your commentator for today. I'm joined by a couple other commentators, but let's get started. This is Flight 12, the first cruise flight of Astro Space, and the first cruise flight of Dragonfly. If you know, Flight 10 was in June. We waited a long time to do this flight. It was delayed upon a certain time with crew availability, motivation problems, and we apologize for that, but today it's finally getting off the ground. Again, due to crew availability issues, we only have one astronaut today, but that really doesn't matter. One astronaut we kind of fits the purpose of a test flight. We are currently 30 minutes before flight. As you see earlier, we almost launch at 8:30 to be fully powered. We originally get launched at 8:30. We delayed to 8:45, so we're good 30 minutes before launch. This is our Eagle 1 rocket. Our Eagle 1 rocket carrying the Dragonfly capsule is a two-stage methane rocket powered by 9 TSL Mini engines. New Mini on the previous TSL engines used on previous flights, and 2 solid rocket boosters. A second stage powered by 2 feedback engines, the vacuum version of TSL, and the Dragonfly capsule. This is an all-new revamped Eagle 1. The one from Flight 11, from the Navy flight to Flight 11 was getting old, and we decided to revamp the experiment to make it up to date. So it is better SRV, landing lights is still there, better tanks, better rear stage, better tank design, better skins, better inside. It looks all around better. And no, there's annoying pushers, which we use every system to push. So, why don't we introduce one other commentator? So you guys, talk away.
Hello there, I am CB, the launch director and CTO of Astro Space. I'm here to participate in this launch today, Ever since those delays have come, we finally come through and we finally got our astronauts into the capsule. So today, this will be an exciting launch for us for the first time that we have an astronaut on board.
Yeah. Ruko, do we have a feed? We also have a live feed from our astronaut for now. We also have live camera from our astronaut. We don't have area crazy game where they weren't available. But the purpose of this flight remains the same. Whether 1 astronaut or 3 astronauts, it's a test flight. It doesn't really need all 4 free crew members. So we might get a right feed from Ruko if he's gonna talk inside our capsule. We might get live feed. Ruko?
Well, yeah, I'm pretty excited for this flight. Very glad to be here finally. I'm glad we can finally beat the delays. It's been quite a while, but glad to be here. Glad to take part of this flight, and I'm glad to help advance the Rospace industry. So, yeah.
We're glad to have you on our mission. And Ruko is on the capsule. He's giving us live feed. And how do you like this capsule?
I think it's pretty nice. I really do like it. It's got a great design. I think it's going to be very reliable. Love the GUI and its lighting. Looks very good.
Yeah, thank you for that. And we've got our 2 external retracted. The pad is being cleared right now. We won't arm the tall rocket boosters just yet, due to safety reasons. We just want to make sure we get down closer before we arm those boosters, because they are hazard obstacles. We'll bring it back to CB now. CB, you want anything to say?
Well, I just want to say good luck when you're in space, It's an exciting mission for us. We finally get to launch after a long time.
Yeah, I apologize for the delay. Thought it was using my limits to launch, crew delays, code delays, but we finally got this thing off the ground. The long delays, despite all these delays, this launch was planned in August, September. It kept getting delayed until now, but better late than never, as they say. And this mission will be going to, let me just check. This mission will be going to a 400 by 400 50-degree low Earth orbit, which is a nice orbit to that. It's not too high, not too low. Like, it's not too high that there's issues, but it's not too low that it's going to get a good feel of the capsule and how the crew is performing in that capsule. Incredibly grateful, obviously, to Ruko for giving us time, even through all the delays, to launch this mission. Again, this is a new Eagle 1 rocket. We expect everything to go flawlessly with the crew launch. but we will be monitoring all these systems to monitor the next phase of Eagle 1 and keep Astro Space going and advance Rospace. And then, go ahead, man. I'll talk about the journey a bit. So, we started planning cruise space for a while. We had this concept of a cruise vehicle. It was named Dragonfly back in the early days of the company. Yeah, I mentioned it. But we never really got the timetable until like in the early days, 2023 of the company, we got the idea on the ground. And then we got our astronauts. And then, if you remember back in 2024, we had that press conference. And then we had the actual demo, and here we are today. So that's our journey. Dragonfly has taken many evolutions. It was a much simpler capsule, like basic, like more like what was it? More like Starliner and stuff. Like more like a simple capsule than that. And now it's more of a egg shape, kind of like New Shepard, a little bit. Only bit, it's fun. So yeah, this capsule is an awesome design. And with that, I'll just get back to CV.
So, as of now, we are almost closer to T-minus 20 minutes, and I think Eagle 1 is a very good rocket that we relied on for like a year or so, like a great year.
For like 2 years.
Yeah, it's one of our greatest rockets we rely on for our payload launches.
Absolutely. Fun fact, today is 2 days before the first Astro launch, 2 years. So we're almost at the 2-year anniversary of the launch, and it's just felt like what an achievement we've got. But I'll bring it back to TV. That's the equipment.
So as of now, this will be our first time launching our cruise, and this mission will be exciting for all of us since this will bring us a impact on what we do.
Ruko, you want to talk to him up there in the capsule?
Well, like you just mentioned, in 2 days it'll have been, what'd you say, a year from the first?
Or 2 years.
2 years. Yeah. And I think that's really important. It's not just an important milestone for the company as a whole, but in our impact on the Rospace industry. I remember joining that very first Eagle 1 launch, and I believe I even still have a screen recording on my overheating phone from it. But it's just interesting to look back on it and see what a way we've come.
Yeah. How we've advanced Rospace, because we want Rospace to change. It's really crazy how far we've come. Like, that was really basic design. We've got this massive launch site, incredibly detailed rockets, and we're coming in like Starlight's expanding, Eagle's expanding. Crazy how far we've come and advanced Rospace. Rospace is like Rospace as a whole is kind of expanding. We need to groups in to expand Rospace, and that's what we're doing. Launch by launch. Just 20 minutes before launch. This is so exciting. I think everyone can agree that this is so exciting. Like, this launch is finally getting off the ground. No delays. No nothing. So, well, we'll work. We have some fueling delays. We'll work through that.
T-minus 20 minutes and counting.
We'll work through them. If we have to delay, it's fine. We'll hold up maybe 5 minutes or 10 minutes. We're working through some fueling. We're working through some fueling issues. CB, I've talked for a bit. I kind of want to keep the style of me talk to you talk to keep the stream going.
Well, from the start of like engine testing to all of these other milestones, we made it this far to our creativity of like flying our crew to space.
Oh yeah, I don't know mention that. So the fourth stage flight today, E004, which we can probably not see, it's a tiny logo, unless he's doing good, is E004. This is flying for its third time, and we landed the first fourth stage to land on land in Astro Space, and then reused on flight 10. No, flight. Yeah, it's flight 10. And which was the first uncrewed Dragonfly mission. We 2 reuses on land, and yeah, and this is going back to land as well. So 3 land missions for E004, landing on landing zone 2 because landing zone 1 is decommissioned. So this is the story. Ruko, what do you think about flying on this group, on like such a historic booster?
I'm pretty excited. I mean, just seeing, the company's development as a whole, yet alone Eagle's development. This rocket looks nothing like the one, above the restaurant. It's come so far, the company, the whole space center has, and I'm really excited to help make company history, right?
Yeah. Eagle 1, from that Eagle 1, like the Flight 2 and 3 version, to the Flight 4 version, to like Flight 6 continuity version. That version kind of stayed until Flight 11, and now this version, which is like the revamp. Okay. That is awesome to see. Steve, you want to talk?
Well, fuel loading is doing pretty much a good progress right now. Out from our second stages, the top tank I think is fully completed.
Yeah, the bottom tank is like almost. The first stage is lagging a little behind. We'll watch it back.
We'll keep an eye on it.
We're just watching to see what happens. The data.
Well, this flight will give us data on how this goes.
Yeah, how the Eagle works, how Dragonfly works, how the crew feels in space with design, making further evaluate how more crew flights. This test flight to see how Dragonfly and crew perform with a single crew member to see. And a nice test flight, because the one guy reporting, it's not like it's serious. Like, obviously you want to think to go well, you don't want to kill your opportunity, but, like, it's a test flight inherently. See what the systems work, see how the capsule performs in space, because this is a new capsule time. We want to see how that works and advise that if we want to change the capsule for crew flights elsewhere, or change the life support or end the recruiting the system or anything like that. That's what we want to do. You're getting views of the vehicle by aero, like, well, let's give a tour. Let's do some aerial views around the vehicle so our viewers can see. Let's get some aerial stuff. Okay, good. We're trying to fix the stage 1 fueling. Stand by. We approach 15 minutes to stand by. Stage 1 fueling patch. If not, we'll hold it 10 minutes or something. 1 minute or something. 8:30, our original planned launch time before all the fueling. It's really crazy how much this site is developed.
Yep.
Like, a tiny launch site. 2 launch, actually 3 launch sites. From 2 recent development. And we got the Eagle Connect facility on the storage, on the ship, we got the Astro transporters, on the base, crazy on the facilities below. Yeah, and you know, all the stats on the flights, crazy how much those companies are on.
It's a part of history, man.
Yeah, it's part of history. Look back and see all the accomplishments, and we're just making history, one flight at a time. What were you gonna say?
Like the time when we launched to the moon.
Yeah. I just want to touch an awesome mission. I love that. Such awesome to get a lander on the moon. And it's still doing awesome stuff. Really great to understand how our moon works. We can settle it and maybe go to Mars. Waiting operation, not feeling sick. Looking how we do that. Minutes coming down, we may hold depending on how this works. We'll see how we go. But who should we give it to? I'll give it to CB. CB, you want to talk again?
So as we just reached to the moon, our next milestone will be Mars. It'll be a very exciting mission for there.
Yeah, Mars is so exciting. On cruise and then cruise. Big. Okay, that's good. We won't have to hold. Good point about the moon. Stevie, how do you feel about the whole IS-1 thing and launch and how it's still performing science in the moon and how that's your landing?
For the purpose of my lander and your lander, like it's our lander, it is really great. We just had a lot of data from it, and I think with our partnership with PLD Roblox Space, everything has gone well so far.
Yeah, and the data to the school, like the inspiration that applies to the school, like they can see the moon, they can see it. That's that is an awesome thing.
We will be bringing IS-2 to the moon soon, if you think about it.
Like that.
Just a little, peek of what will happen next.
Yeah. Flight 7 next. We'll be using the tank now.
Many upgrades for IS-2 will come to the moon.
Well, yeah, you're seeing live drone shots of it while we wait for it. While we count 10. Brought to you by Arrow for Ryan's stream today. Say thank you to him for teaching on Ryan's stream coverage. And show.
There we go. We're just almost 10 minutes away from launch.
I can't believe it's on the way. We're only 10 minutes away. So.
Yep. I can't wait for this to get off the ground.
Ruko, how do you feel up there? We're getting so close.
Very excited, honestly. It's been, quite a few months of delays and working through issues with the rocket and all this different stuff. And like you were just mentioning, we're only 10 minutes away. Well, now we're about under. It's very exciting to finally, be here and go through this.
Yeah. Can't believe this. Gonna be touching off and watch. Approaching 9 minutes now. Vehicles chilling down. Vehicle should be all good. There's no issues as we resolved the fueling issue. Access arm is retracted.
Avionics are looking good on stage 1 and stage 2 and the capsule
When
itself.
should we arm the SRBs? Yeah, that makes sense. That's fine.
T-minus 9 minutes and counting.
This is so locked in. Yeah, we armed at 1 minute. Obviously, we don't want to get risk, so we'll just arm the army for the last minute. But everything is looking good. Launch abort system is armed, just in case something happens. Vehicle's all good, and we're just counting down towards our liftoff today. And you can see that beautiful view from around. Isn't that Booster 1 tracking camera? Yeah, Starlight Booster 1, which is sitting at the guard. Almost dearable vehicle providing camera views of the vehicle over here. And the Starlight site behind that. And all the 2 Starlight sites behind it. And the production launch site, the Eagle. Ruko status check.
Status good.
Capsule systems check.
Check.
Close your visor, initiate oxygen flow.
Affirm.
That's what capsules do in real life. You want to stay realistic, good. Oh crap.
Go. Stage 1 is go. Stage 2 is go.
Go.
Stage
Go.
1 engines are go. Stage 2 engines are go.
Go.
LAS
Go.
is go. FTS is
FTS is good.
FTS is good, but as of now, it's not go yet. It's a no-go. SRBs are go.
SRBs is go. Range.
Range is good, and it's go.
Weather.
Go.
We are go for launch. We'll still do one final pull at 1 minute, but we will be good from everyone's standpoint now. As we approach 6 minutes, and this is really getting real as we approach the end of the countdown. I mean, it doesn't matter if he's there or not. It's not like working.
Tank farm umbilicals will be closing soon as of now. We're just preparing for launch.
The umbilical should be replenished. The umbilical should cut off at umbilical cut off at 4 minutes. Replenish. Umbilical replenish cut off at 4 minutes. Umbilical cut off at 3 minutes.
Valves should be closed by now.
Valves are going to close at 4 minutes. They're closing right now, and we're going to close at 4 minutes.
Good enough.
Stage 2 prop load complete. Stage 1, we're just waiting. This is so crazy. And what a beautiful view it is. Oh, what a beautiful view it is. We'll be launching.
T-minus 5 minutes.
5 minutes and counting. Vehicle valve should be closing. Replay should be terminating. The fueling valve should be terminating once stage 1 fuel is done. Stage 2 valve. Yeah. That's what it's referencing, or a beautiful view for Earth from the window. We're waiting on stage 1 fueling though.
Avionics are looking good for today's flight.
Stage
We are
2,
troubleshooting, no issues.
stage 2 umbilicals with the flash terminated. We're waiting on stage 1. Stage 2 umbilicals have been closed. We're waiting on stage 1. And prep for internal power. We're gonna hold at 1 minute where we'll do arming, fuel checks. We might hold a bit for fuel. So we're about 3 minutes away from that hold. That's what we've done. 15 minutes for a minute.
As of now, we are just getting closer to launch. We should all be prepared for today, and this will be exciting for our huge milestone towards Rospace.
Wait on that hold. And not believe. View of Key West from the air. You can see the site. You can actually see the rocket. I think you can, yeah. If you look closely. Back, Ruko. We're hold. Ruko confirmed status. Now that you're back.
Status cleared.
Okay, we're inside 3 minutes. We'll hold at 1 minute. We're finally going on about your status check. All the fueling updates. We'll see the season fueling. Once that's all done, we'll do a full launch team, and then we will launch. And at that time, internal power will happen, and the SRBs will be armed. Until then, we're getting towards 1 minute. See live views of the vehicle. Let's prepare to descend. Prepare for descent. Stage 1 engine show complete. Fueling. We still probably have to hold the fueling though. Looks almost done. Stage 1 prop load complete. So all we have to do is wait for stage 1 replenish and valves terminated. So we can hold for about like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. We actually can only hold for 15 minutes because our indoor window is 9 p.m. The vehicles will hold longer. We're waiting on that 1 minute hold where we're arm the SRBs, arm the SLS, arm the ALS, put the vehicle internal power, do internal power. We'll do all those checks and then we'll fuel on steam cola and then we'll be off. We'll see. Okay. 1 minute, 90 seconds. Awaiting hold. Launch operator, countdown net. Be prepared for 2 holds. Be prepared for 2 holds on countdown net.
Copy.
Hold.
Hold. We have a hold.
Holding on countdown net. 2 holds and hold. Checking SRB arm. Vehicle automated checkout. SRB arm.
Paper started. Go.
Vehicle internal power, automated checkouts.
Go.
Underway. LES full arm. Report vehicle, good vehicle status. Hand off to flight computers. Alright, confirm vehicle status is good. Okay, let's do the checks first. Launch director.
Go.
Flight directors, go. Commander, confirm. Go for launch.
Go for launch.
Go for launch. Mission director, do we have permission to launch? You have permission to launch. Alright.
MD has verified go.
Unhold. Here we go.
Yeah, we have an unhold.
Here we go.
Verification
Launch
check has
delay
been
of
completed.
countdown 6. Here we go.
Launch clamps are go.
Everything is good as we prepare for Eagle 1's liftoff.
QD umbilicals are go for
Everything
detach
ready.
at T-0.
30 seconds.
Engines are currently in a startup.
25. 20. 19. 18. 17. 16. 15. 14. 13. 12. 11. 10.
10,
9.
9,
8.
8,
7.
7,
6.
6,
5.
5,
4.
4,
Daily
3,
startup.
2, 1.
1. Main engine ignition and
Liftoff
liftoff
of
of
Eagle
Eagle 1.
1.
Carry
Eagle
on
1,
through this thing. Oh, what a
Eagle 1
beautiful
roars to the stars
Carry
as
Ruko
our
to
astronauts
well Earth orbit.
will
Liftoff.
explore
Here
moons
we
of Earth.
go. Here we go. Vehicle is ascending.
Avionic power telemetry nominal.
Water tracking camera. The vehicle ascends into space.
SRB clamps are go.
The SRBs are, the plume on the vehicle is just bugged. The SRBs are running on my screen. The SRBs are running.
Eagle 1 chamber
Vehicle
pressures
is
not
good.
chamber pressures are nominal.
Preparing for max Q. Max Q. Vehicles pass through the maximum aerodynamic pressure and is continuing to ascend onto orbit.
Stage 1 continues as nominal.
Right. 1 minute, and what a beautiful flight carrying the 2 astronauts. Core stage go first. 1 astronaut to space. A
All
long
engines
way
are nominal.
finally lifts off. Oh, what a beautiful it is. It's well on its way to orbit. Waiting on
How's the capsule in there?
booster separation, where those 2 solid rocket boosters will separate and fall back down to Earth. There we go. They fall
SRB
back
separation confirmed.
down.
Booster continues nominal.
Just ignore that. It'll fall off eventually.
There you go. So how's the capsule in there?
It'll fall off eventually.
All good.
SRB is just clinging on to the vehicle. Just ignore that. It'll probably fall off.
It'll eventually fall off. Just don't worry about it. It's a temporary glitch.
Vehicle shut down.
Shut down and stage separation. Looks like
Yeah.
2 engines are on and
Stage 2 engine startup. The SRB fell off as expected. 2 healthy engines. Stage 1 boost back. The SRB
stage
stayed
2 nominal.
longer than it should have due to a code bug. It's gone. Stage 2
Status
is good.
check.
Ruko, how are you feeling up there?
Crew status
All
check.
good. A lot of pressure.
Copy that.
What a flight. Stage 1 is boosting back.
Stage 2 chamber pressures are nominal.
Stage 2 is good. Stage 1 engine is nominal. Stage 2 is nominal. Boost back
Stage
shut
1
down.
engine put off.
Boost back shut down. And stage 1 is
Blip.
beginning its return back to Earth.
Blip has begun
Third
and
Stage 1 descent.
stage 1 is following a nominal descent.
Stage 1 is following a nominal trajectory. Stage 1 is following a nominal trajectory. Both stages are good. Ruku is still up there. Just ignore that. Just ignore that bug on the engine plume on stage 2. That's just a bug. And that is fine. The vehicle's healthy. Dragonfly's healthy. Go for entry burn.
Copy, we're go for entry burn.
You're looking good so far. Can't believe we finally launched this. Here we go.
Landing legs are go.
Landing legs won't deploy until immediately landing. Entry burn.
Entry burn has startup.
Single engine to slow it down. Prepare for return into the atmosphere. Shutdown. Here it comes. In the night. This is going to be so awesome. Another night landing of Eagle 1 as Stage 2 begins to go to orbital speed as Stage 1 continues down. You can see the lights.
Oh, we
You can
see
see the
Helix
lights.
from there, and looks
There
like
we
we're
go.
gonna land.
Landing the
Stage 1 landing legs
though.
are go.
Gonna land. Coming down. Here it comes. Waiting for the landing burn. It looks on target. It looks on center. Waiting. Landing burn.
Startup.
Perfectly on center. Bang
Landing
on.
leg.
Bang on. And bang.
Landed.
Center. Bullseye. Number 2. Bullseye number 2. That's the vehicle lands perfectly. The TSL Mini engine is awesome. That was a great flight for E004. Another milestone towards recovery.
Engine is now safely.
And this will be its last flight. So salute to it. This will be its last flight as booster goes into a museum. But we're going to welcome to retirement, E004. You had a good run. We're waiting on stage 2 up there.
Crew status check.
One stage 1, one stage 2 land. Once. Just ignore that. That's a code bug. Stage 2 is performing. Once stage 2 separates, we'll get a word from Ruko up there, and then we'll show you the booster recovery as E004. It's recovered for its retirement, and then we'll end the webcast. We're waiting on a shutdown, separation, and while we wait from Ruko, and then the booster recovery. Vehicle's looking good.
Stage 2 engines are nominal.
Vehicle's looking good. Just ignore the engine. It's a code bug. Ignore that. The vehicle is looking fine.
Stage 2 trajectory is nominal.
We're coming up on Seco. And after Seco, 1 minute later, Dragonfly report, and we'll get a word on Ruko. Dragonfly life support is healthy. We won't talk to Ruko now. We'll get on word with him after it deploys. Shut down.
Stage 2 engine cutoff.
And good orbit.
Awaiting.
Waiting Dragonfly separation.
Copy.
1 minute after Dragonfly will separate, and then we'll get a word from Ruko. Ruko, when it separates. Man, this flight's been awesome. With the stage 1 bullseye landing, stage 2. What do you think of that flight so far, CV?
I think it was good, and honestly, we just made our own milestone. As of now, we reached to orbit.
DOG.
And congratulations to Astro Space for bringing our first crew to orbit. And it's an exciting mission we had for today.
Yeah.
And I think our booster that landed It did a great job doing bullseye.
Yeah, it landed bullseye again for second straight time.
There we go.
There we go. Separation. And there goes Ruko. All right. Separation confirmed. Ruko, how you doing? We're going to work from you.
Feel great. Flying smooth, and we're free now, right?
Yeah.
You know, congratulations to everybody here. Genuinely, great work, great efforts. Just looking back, how far we've come from that start once again. Really a great landing by the booster. Perfect bullseye. Couldn't have been any better. Smooth mission overall. Very happy with today's results.
Yeah.
And I'm glad to be here to experience and make that history with you all too.
Well, this is
Yeah.
LD reporting to
Well, now
the
that
astronaut. I hope you have a great time spending your hours on the capsule.
confirmed the capsule's looking good. One last check.
Stage 1 is continuing to be
Capsule's
safe.
good.
Capsule's good. All right. Now that we'll let him drift off into space and we'll show you the stage 1 recovery. Let's get that booster back. We'll recover that booster while we'll chat with Ruko while we do this. Let's get that booster recovered. Man, it is amazing that we got this. That we have a capsule in orbit with a crew member.
Yep, we just achieved everything so far. I can't wait for us to reach to Mars. That's our next milestone, of course.
Ruko, how's Zero G feeling?
Feels great. It's very like a free feeling, like you could just jump and fly forever and ever. Yeah.
Well, we hope you have fun there.
Yeah, I am.
Let's get this booster. Arrow, let's get this booster off recovered. Onward. Ruko will just chill up there. That's it.
You know what? Coming up on our other factory in Orlando, we have Eagle 1X, which is our new Eagle 1 variant.
Yeah.
As of now, we are currently testing it. Everything's coming good so far. In our future, yes, it will fly.
Yeah. Eagle 1X is a new redesign of Eagle 1. We want to redesign it even further from the current design. We want to revamp the core and make the rocket even better. Because why not you want to make the rocket even better? We want to advance aerospace to make the rocket better. All right, we got the SMT, we got the crane, we're recovering the booster. We'll recover that booster, bring it in. Booster's getting recovered as we speak. Salute to E004. Its last flight, 3 flights, all successes.
Looking good up there so far, huh?
Launched the first
Absolutely.
astronaut mission on Crew Dragonfly, and now a crew member to space. One of services happened. And he'll be retired because we don't want to risk anymore. We want to fight one more time, but E005 will be taking over the rotation. Here she comes. Here comes the booster. We got a lot of things coming up, and we got Flight 7 after this. Once this re-entry is expected in a week or two, we'll see what that happens, but they make a stream for encoded. And then after that, we got Flight 7, early May. And that'll be Starlight SM11 going to the moon carrying IS-2, the Epic Ducks lander. I don't remember what it's called, and some other payloads to the moon. And with S11, another catch. So that'll be awesome. As the booster gets offloaded, we give it salutes. The easier, therefore, as it gets offloaded for the final time.
Are you okay?
Yeah. I'm okay. I'm okay. Nothing. Booster getting lowered. I'm fine. Don't worry.
How much longer are you staying there?
Like 9, 10, 9, 9, 20.
Are doing that. Yeah. You like that.
I know. I'm fine.
The capsule is just doing great in space, just floating around,
Booster's getting offloaded.
looking beautiful, man.
SBT on the booster. Gonna raise that booster up, move it so it gets perfectly on the SBT. You're gonna booster. Give salutes to booster on last flight. In it comes, ready to go to the history books forever.
This milestone was a complete success,
It's got the same sport shooting. It's 3 for
From
3. It's 3 for 3 on flight, which is a good number usually in sports.
from
Usually
waiting for it to launch to now seeing it launch.
that's amazing seeing that historic booster come in. And it's still coming to refurbish only one final time, as it's probably going to get displayed in either the Rocket Garden or the Garden of Legends.
Yes, the Garden of Legends. I like that.
That's where the Starlight vehicles are, because it's called the Garden of Legends because it's legendary Starlight vehicles. And legendary vehicles in general. I named that. Such a good name. Will it go with the Garden of Legends? I think so. Yeah, it deserves to go with the Garden Legends, doesn't it?
Yep.
Here it goes to get refurbished. We'll go into the Garden of Legends and stay after history forever. There it goes. Ruko, how you feeling?
Doing good. Just admiring the views up here. It's amazing, and it's really
Like, how do you
nothing
feel
like ever seen.
Yeah, how do you feel like you just flew on top and on the legendary booster that's gonna stay and that's his last flight and it's gonna be refurbished to stay up in the museum forever.
Well, I mean, I think personally this is the biggest deal yet for the company. Myself included. I think this is a major win for our team in general. I remember, 2 years ago, back when we had our first launch, and just looking and admiring the rocket, for what it was. And now it's even more surreal of a feeling knowing that I went up there with it now.
And he went on such a historic booster that did the first 3 uses and the first landed booster of Eagle. Yeah, I think we're gonna give a Ruko. Can give our final remarks before we sign off. Give us your final remarks up there.
Well, I'd say congratulations to everybody who does anything related to Rospace, our team included mostly. What an impact this has on such a large community. You know, I think this is a very big deal, and I'm glad to take part of it. So, congratulations to everybody at Astro Space.
Yeah, congratulations to everyone. All right, we're gonna do a sign offs. DP sign off.
This is Launch Director for our final goodbyes to you.
Yeah, stage 2.
Have a great time in orbit and spend your time off at orbit. All right.
Capsule
Signing
re-entry.
off.
Yeah, capsule re-entry in a few weeks. Orbit. Stage 2 re-entry in a few days. Ruko, you can sign off for orbit.
All right, we'll see y'all later.
And this is Nick Bay 77, your CEO and Flight Director of Astro Space, providing your main coverage. An amazing flight today. Successful landing. Mission Director signing off. Successful landing. Successful capsule flight. Everything was good. Despite the SRB issue, that was a non-issue. Just separated, but that's just a code bug. We're good. And what a successful mission. What a milestone. As Ruko mentioned, how far we've come and how much this means to road space. Awesome. Congratulations to the entire Astro Space team, including myself, Ruko, and everyone who's done this company over the few years. And congratulations to all you for watching. And thank you and have a good night. Congratulations to the whole team and everyone watching. We had amazing success. See you for next launch. We had an amazing tradition day. See you next time for Flight 7. Maybe stay tuned for reentry. Good night. From Nick 747, your Astro commentator for today, signing off.